YouTube. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and today we're going to embark on a nightmare of a wiring system on the trailer and the tractor. I'm not looking forward to it by any means. Today we're not having Trump coffee. Today we're having Hope County coffee. Hope County. This mug also shows up all the white, and my son gave me that when he came up the last time to visit, and he got that from the game Far Cry 5, which I play on, or I play, and it says souls do not harvest themselves, Far Cry 5. Anyway, Trump's on the back burner for a while. Anyway, we're going to show you what I've got and what we plan to do. I'm not going to go through all the nightmare of wiring on camera. I'll show you step by step as I go. But for now, I'll show you where I've put everything, and the plan is to operate the trailer with a battery of its own. I would like to do that, but it's going to be a whole lot easier if I operate from the tractor's battery, for the simple reason, if I operate from the tractor's battery, I don't have to have so many wires going back to the trailer. As it stands, if I use a battery from on the trailer, I would have to have, I would have to have 4 wires by itself going from the switch back. I'm going to have lights on the trailer, so that's going to be another 2 wires, ground and positive. So that makes 6 wires. So I've got 1 more wire, which is going to be for charging. Actually, I might have enough to do what I need to do. I'm putting 2 limit switches on this. One for so that when it gets to its fullest extent up, it shuts off at a certain point, so I don't put stress on the jack or the jack motor. And it also shuts off when I get to the fullest down position. So again, I don't put stress on the jack motor. So this is going to, it can go either way. So I've got 7 wires. So I'll show you what we got going on here. Alright, for starters, now this is just a temporary switch that I've put on here. Yeah, just my voltmeter. This is a temporary switch. I just stuck it in there just to hook up the wires, and then I'm going to put a new one on because the thing broke off of it and it's not waterproof, and I want to get one that's waterproof like that one right there is. Now this one here is my double throw, double pole switch for the dump. Down, up. Alright. Then I've got this plug right here that I'm going to use this on, which gives me 7 poles to work with. That goes back, and then all the wires will hook up underneath here with all these. Alright, here is my down limit switch. It just comes down and hits it and shuts it off. Now I've already tested it out and got it located with a battery. I used a battery to do it and located it to where I wanted it so that it would shut off at the right time. And then, you know, we've got the motor. And then for the up position, we have this limit switch. So when it goes up, this here hits this bracket right here and pushes that and shuts it off. I don't know how much stress it's going to be on the wires running it from the tractor's battery clear back to the trailer. Those are pretty heavy wires, so as long as I have heavy wires, which I do have, I mean, I've got this wiring. In fact, let me show you what I've got all set out here. Alright, these are going to be my lights. These are what was left over from the kit that I got to do my lights on my truck. And I didn't use them all, so I've got 2 ambers and 2 reds for the trailer, 2 ambers, 2 reds for the tractor. I'm going to use them. Alright, this is all my wire that I have that I've saved for a long time. And this came with a winch, and it can be used somewhere, I'm sure. It ain't very long. Alright, and then I got all these here, different ones. Now this one's a pretty heavy one right here, as you can see. These can be used for the lights, which is what that's going to be used for. These are going to be lights. So I've got this, and it's not really that heavy a wire, so that concerns me. But I don't think I'm going to need very much, because most of the wires already run through the cord running along the frame there. So, and it's pretty heavy wire. In fact, it's heavier than this wire right here. This here, I don't know what that is. I can't see it. I'm blind as a bat. That's what happens when you get older. Worst comes to worst, I'll take apart an extension cord. I got one I can sacrifice. But yeah, I'm not going to do this video, I'm not going to do the wiring on video. I'll just show you along the way what I've got going on. Now I did a diagram, and this diagram didn't come from me. It came from somebody on YouTube, and I'll put a link to that in the description of him explaining this wiring diagram. And I drew one up, and this one's the one I drawed up, which seemed to be the feasible way to do it. Wrong. Then I went on YouTube, and after spending hours of figuring out all the wrong ways to do it, I got on YouTube, and within 2 Google searches I found the video showing me the right way to do it, and that's this one. I thought that you would have to put a limit switch between the hot and a limit switch between the ground, because you're reversing it. Well, if one's off, you're not getting power, you're not getting that power to the other direction. So basically you just leave the hot untouched, and then you run 2 wires from the battery one to each limit switch, and then instead of putting a corner to corner on your switch for the black, you put one of those switches to one side, and then you put the other switch to the other side. That way you're guaranteed a ground in either direction. So I thought that was pretty simple how they done that, and I was thinking to myself, that was so stupid simple, I should have thought about that myself. But anyway, it's not my plan. I wish I could say that I did that, but I'm not the one who figured it out. Anyway, let me get started on this, and hopefully by the time I'm done with all the wiring, it's probably going to be tomorrow before I'm done with this, because I'm not going to rush into this. I'm just going to do it as I feel like it. Been having a lot of back pains here lately. My feet and legs, or my fingers and my feet, my toes, they keep drawing up like I'm one of them kind of guys, you know, or handicapped, and I don't know what's going on with that. And that's been going on for a while. Anyway, stay tuned. Whew. It is hot today. Well, good news. It's done. I got the lights yet to do, and I have run the light, or run the power for it. I just haven't run the lights itself. I want to wait until I get the bed done so I can place my lights in a better place. I don't know if I'm going to go inside the frame, you know, level with the front of it, or if I'm going to overlap it. If I overlap it, then I'm going to have to put it on the side of the wood. If I go on the inside, I'm going to have a smaller bed. So probably going to end up putting it on the wood. So that's going to require ground. Anyway, we got it done, and I'll show you what I got. Now this wiring here for the tractor is not done yet. It's just temporary. I just got it laying there. I just haven't had time to mess with it yet to make it nice. But my plug is right here. I mean my switch right here, up and down. And I ran it to the battery, to the plug, plugged it in, runs back, and I did a nice neat job. Used that wire loom cover to cover up the wires, and this switch here, I just grounded it to the body itself. Let me get you down here so you can see it a little better. I grounded it to the body, because the battery goes straight to the body, so you can ground it to the battery or the body. Alright, this one's for the front, for down. And I did the same thing back here, but this time I ran the ground to the bracket. And these here are actually computer screws, or nuts, because I couldn't find no damn nuts that size for that screw, so I used them out of the computer. Now this here is one of those switches that you can switch it to normally open or normally closed. We have it set for normally closed. Now for the moment of truth. Let's set you up on the tripod in a good place, and see if we can't get you guys bird's eye view. That ought to be pretty good. You see the trailer and the tractor. Alright, close my hood. We're going up. Now we want to see if we already know it's going to, because I've already tested it. But I just want to show you guys that it does shut off when it reaches its point. The point where I want it to shut off. Yes, it's a little slow, but you know, I can deal with that. I'm not in no big hurry to be working. So the longer it takes, the less I work. Right? Y'all timing it? Because I'm not going to speed this up. Y'all can time it. It does seem like it takes forever, but you know, a minute can seem like a long time. Especially if you're in a hurry and want to get something done. You should be about ready to stop. There it is. I have no more power going up. So now, while that's up, I'll show you a detailed look of how I've got it set up. Right there. Well, this tripod is in my way. Oh, check this out. Look here. We got ourselves an inchworm. He don't know where he wants to go. Isn't that cool? I like to watch him move, how they move like that. That's pretty cool. There you get a taste of nature. Who said bison ain't nature friendly? Anyway, I still got to take the jack off, and I still got to put more bushing in here because when I cut this in half, it still wasn't wide enough, and it still got some wobble to it. So I still want to find some washers and space that out a little bit more and fill that in so it stays straight. I want to get a big washer with a 1/2-inch hole in it. So probably put it on this side because I still got to grease all this. So that gives me a chance to take it apart, grease everything, paint these brackets, and paint this part. So but there you have the trailer dump part done. Now let's come down and watch the switch do its thing. Going down. I know this is boring, but the thing we're looking for is to watch that it shuts off when I get to the point that I want it to. I do, however, see a problem with this trailer that may need adjusting on the jack. It might be too low, and if I hit a hump or something, that might hit. And if my tractor goes into a hole, I mean that's all the way up, and it's only what, 2 inches off the ground. And if this goes into a hole that's 2 inches deep, that's going to hit. So say it shuts off when it gets to that point. So we've got that set up and everything's right. And I went ahead and used the power from the tractor. That way I don't have to have 2 batteries. Plus it makes the trailer look a bit nicer. Not only that, I would like to utilize this spot right in here. I want to utilize this spot back in here for a possum belly. I want to put a possum belly toolbox in here or something. I don't know yet. If I can put a box here that goes back into here somewhat, and make it so it's accessible right here. I don't know. That's just a thought process, what that is. And you see here, this is a little low to the ground, so I may have to put a swivel on this thing so it swivels down out of the way. I didn't want to do that, but you have to do what you have to do. I think that hitch will be fine just the way it is, because I'm not going to be hauling too much weight. My brake works, so we'll put some lights on it when we get the bed on it. Like I said, I still got to take the jack out and do some painting and make some shims or washers put in there. And I gotta find my black zip ties, man. I have a whole pack of black zip ties. I laid them somewhere and I can't find them for nothing. So that's why them blazed orange frickin' zip ties are on there, sticking out like a sore thumb. So anyway, that will wrap this up. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the job so far. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so by PayPal it to bisonworkshop@gmail.com. And you guys have a good one. Later.